Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. Jason Samkovic here. Today we're going to talk about our follow-up shots of reality and what can you do to make better odds of those follow-up shots. So they are, especially when you have a year like I did where you missed quite a few animals, but follow-up shots, secondary shots, like if you miss and it doesn't spook them, those are especially a reality with a traditional bow, especially with a longbow, something that's very, very quiet. They don't hear it, they don't know it goes off, and especially with hogs too, especially hogs, because they're down rooting and they're making a ton of noise right in their face where their face and their ears are. And if you shoot and you miss, they just think it's another noise. They don't hear it or pay attention to it. Deer as well too. I'll show you one example in here. I'll show you where I actually missed this deer and then got another shot. But if you notice at the speed in which I was able to get another arrow on the string and be able to make that shot comes into reality there. And there's a big factor to that. There's a reason I don't hang my quiver in my tree. There's a reason that my quiver is always on my bow. There's a reason that Howard Hill believed in the back quiver for that fast follow-up shot. You could shoot, boom, and if you missed, you could just grab another one and throw it on the arrow and boom, shoot again. And that beauty of that, there's reasons for the way we do things. You will also notice, which I get a lot of criticism for, and I don't care. I have one knocking point on my string, one, and I knock my arrow right below it. Only one, not two. Why? Because then I can do that quickly. I'll show you that video here. We'll put it in right now so you can see how fast a follow-up shot can happen. You know, if I here again, there's deer's coming in and he's walking at a pretty steady pace, coming through. I'm drawing, I'm waiting, and then when I get the shot, boom, I shoot, and he slows down and comes to a stop, and that arrow goes right in front of his chest. And then, but he stood there and he didn't know what was going on. So I realized that, and I quickly, so I shot. Watch how quick this can happen, okay? So here it is. He comes in, I'm walking with him, boop, shot. And okay, and then I'm back on, and here it is, and I'm ready to go again. It's that simple. It's quick like that. I never have to look at it. I don't have to take my eyes off the string. So show it to you again here as I do it facing at you. And I'm doing it with my judo, even if we did it with my main arrow here. So I take it, you take that shot. Oh, miss. Comes out, comes in, gets set right there. I'm ready to shoot again. See, I don't have to play around. I don't have to look at my arrow ever. I can watch that deer the whole time. I have one knock point, which means that if I come in anywhere on the string here, I can knock anywhere I want, because all it's going to do is go right to that knock point. See that? Any place I put it, it's going to go right to that knock point. So it works perfect for me. I also use an indexing knock. Okay, if you look at my knocks, there is right there a little indexer tab. I can feel that with my thumb. Okay, and I don't load my arrows like this. I do not ever do this. Okay, see, there's a lot of people that will do this. They'll take their arrow out and they look and they do this, and then they get ready to shoot. And I'm not saying any of that's bad, but for me, and I don't want to keep pulling this broadhead in and out because we're using that here, but so for me, it's easier for me to grab my arrow. Okay, take my arrow and set it right on the shelf where I know it's dead quiet, okay? Set it on the shelf, hold it with my finger, come back here, grab the knock, spin the knock to the index where I feel that index on my thumb, and then feed it right on the string, hook my tab, I'm ready to go. So it's that easy of a process for me. So it's and I can do it all while I'm not looking. I can be staring at the target, pull my arrow, set it there, and I know right when I hit my hand, see, it's quiet, feeds it right on my wrist, my finger holds it, I come back to the back, I feel the indexer on a knock, I put it on, grab the string, and then I'm ready to make my shot again. Okay, it's that simple of a process, but having those couple of factors, my quiver on my bow, and having my arrows with one knocking point and indexing knocks on there, allow me that quick second shot. And your system probably works good for you too, but if you don't, have a system that does that. Maybe try to find one and practice for one, because it is a real nice feature. And I can tell you, every probably year, at least once every 2 years, I get that opportunity where I missed, or what happens is you shoot them, especially with hogs. But if you shoot a hog and blow right through them, sometimes you're just like, oh, they think something just bumped them, or another hog got to them, and they'll do a quick spin, or they'll run 10 yards, and they'll come back and they'll look around, but they're still in range. So I can be tunkered down in there, boom, ooh, and I hit that hog, and I'm still sitting here, and oh, he's still standing there. He's right there. I can grab another string, get another arrow on right there, just like that, and be ready for, and I never had to look at it. And now I'm ready again. There's my next shot. There it is, right there. Boom, and he's dead. It's that simple of a process. So having a system that is going to let you get those quick follow-ups is a valuable one. There's a lot of benefit to that, to give you that opportunity, because they do come about. And sometimes they're make or break. Like, I will miss the first shot there. I could show you, if you're in my Patreon, I hate to keep saying that, but that's where all my hunting videos go. You know, one of my Midwest states last year that I was in, it's on film then too, plus you just seen the one I just showed you from this year with that beautiful 8-point I just showed you. But last year, in one of my Midwest states, the buck that I killed there, okay, the buck that I killed came by, a doe came by, he came by, he was walking by, and it, you know, same thing, all right, stopped him, and I shot right underneath of him. He bounds and he stops there, and he runs from here, and he stops there. That was like an 18-yard shot. Now he's at like 18, 20 yards again. I'm like, oh, he didn't leave. You know, I shot, boom, and there he goes. And I also don't get crazy with my arms and do all this when I shoot. I want to hold that follow through, but I also want to maintain to see if something else is going to come about. He comes by, shot, and I missed, and he goes over there. All I did was just reach in, grab, put another arrow on the string like this, and I am now officially ready to go. And then that deer comes by, and he comes walking to me, cuts over here, cut over here, cut there, and then he's there, and he gets behind a tree, and I draw, and he pops out, and I shot him, and he died right there. Shot him, ran, done, fell over, dead. That's how it works. So that was my judo, right? Thank God. But based on what I'm telling you, is that follow-up shots, second chances, all of that stuff is 100% a reality. Your best way to make sure you are ready to handle those when they come about is develop a system. For me, it is a quiver on my bow, a single knocking point, and an indexer on my nock. If that's not the system you want to use, figure out how to make yours work. Like I said, Howard Hill, a lot of those guys, Steve Teray, for example, they love a back quiver because he can shoot. And then for him, it's pulling it out as a quick secondary shot. Now, for me, it's a lot of movement rather than just taking an arrow like this and setting it there. So I personally am not a fan of a back quiver, plus they snag on everything for me. But with this quiver, the beauty of it is that there's almost no movement in it. Again, the shot happens. Oh, I missed. Okay, all I do is bring these together, bring them in together, grab my next arrow, roll it onto the string, and then line it up, swing the tab, and then start the draw. It's right there like that. It's not a complicated process, and there's not a lot of movement versus this, which, like I said, is not a bad thing. Shoot, reach up here, grab this arrow, bring it around, set it there, put it on. It's not a lot. So whatever system works for you, figure it out, dial it in, get it set so that you can take advantage of those secondary shots, those and those second chances shots, and those insurance shots. Like I said, I will not shoot an animal again. So if I shoot a hog or a deer, if I shoot a deer and I hit him, and he just takes 2 hops and he's just standing there. Now, if I'm seeing a faucet turned on and I know he's going down right there, then I'll let him be. But if I take a shot and he gives me another opportunity, you know, other than that one scenario where I know I can literally tell he's going over immediately. But otherwise, if he's there and he gives me one more shot or one more chance, if I can, I'm, you know, putting another arrow in. Another, you know, 2's better than 1. That's my opinion, especially on hogs. So that's my thought process, and that's why I have the setup I do. Hopefully it helps you. Thanks for watching.